Datafication, big data, artificial intelligence, blockchain, cryptocurrencies. Don't these all sound so futuristic? These used to be the stories we read back when we were younger. The future is now. Will big data and artificial intelligence save us or enslave us? Will the blockchain and cryptocurrencies provide for a perfect financial system that will free economy around the world? Are these the silver bullet of all our problems? I think they're not. I believe it is the nature of IT and science in general that for every problem we solve, several other problems arise. Technical problems, but also social and ethical problems. And on that note, I'd like to share a story. A couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine had to take his car to the service for maintenance, and he borrowed his father's car. The next morning, he drove to work in his father's car and was listening by mistake to Romanian folk music on his father's CD player. My friend never listens to Romanian folk music, but he had a lot on his mind. It was a full day ahead of him. When he got to work, parked his car, it was only then that he realized he was listening to Romanian folk music. He was amused by it, didn't think much about it. Walked up to his desk, fired up YouTube, put on his favorite rock music video, and started to work. He's a programmer. The next song that YouTube suggested was Romanian folk music. Now, you may ask, how did that happen? My friend never listens to Romanian folk music, and he had just listened to it an hour earlier on a CD player in a car that was not a Tesla, right? Well, he had an Android phone. Now, the first thought for me was scary. Wow. The next thing I thought was the number of technical difficulties that Google is resolving behind the scenes to record, to store data, to analyze, to match, to predict, to deliver at that scale is staggering. But at the same time, as they're solving all these problems, they're also creating new social and ethical problems. And then I thought about where data affects aspects of our lives. It's basically deciding for us where to travel, where to sleep in those travels, what we eat, who our friends are, who we date, what our political views are. And you may say that what's wrong with having targeted content for stuff that I like, for music that my friends listen to. But then I ask, if we're never exposed to opposing views, are our chances not diminished of growing personally and professionally? We need to hear opposing views. So, I'll give you an example. Let's take Jack. Jack has an alcohol addiction. There's a high chance Jack will be targeted by ads about the best brands of alcohol. Are his chances not diminished of turning his life for the better? I think they are. So, also, what about mass manipulation through data? Data is now electing presidents. I would say that these tactics were being used in the past as well. Not necessarily at that scale, and it was maybe more shady, but they were being used in the past, and technology has only brought them to larger scales, to new heights, more disastrous impact. Now, don't get me wrong, I think all these technologies, datafication, big data, artificial intelligence, the blockchain, cryptocurrencies, these will all improve the quality of our lives. But at the same time, we're going to have a lot of pitfalls along the way. We cannot ignore them. We need to build the necessary bridges. We need to take the obstacles and use them to propel us forward, always forward, in the right direction. Thank you. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Andrei. I want to have a test first. Do you hear me like this? No? So I have to use this. Okay. Okay, so good morning, everybody. You've heard from Andrei Dragomir. Andrei Dragomir is the director of IT and operations at Yardi, Romania. Thank you, Andrei. He played the role of offering us the intro to this stage today, Datafication stage. I am Anna. I'm going to be your moderator for today. So I'm going to introduce the speakers. I'm going to make sure you have access to questions whenever you need to ask a question, that you're going to be able to do that and that your question is heard. We're going to be together here on this stage, if you want to, if you choose to be on this stage, from now up until 6 o'clock. I'm not going to tell you from now all the speakers because you already have them in your portfolio. But what I can tell you is that I hope you're going to have lots of aha moments for today, because if it's one thing I've learned in 13 years of being a trainer and a coach, is that people all have one thing in common: the need to learn and the need to feel that their time was not wasted. So what I'm wishing for you today here in Datafication area is to have a lot of aha moments, a lot of moments when you feel that your time is well spent and that it was worth it to be here. So this is my wish for you today. We're going to have, the first break is going to be at lunch at 1 o'clock, and then we're going to have refreshment breaks. Whenever you feel the need that something has to be changed, you don't hear well enough or you don't feel well enough here, come approach me, tell me. We're going to try to do something about it, because our main goal is that you feel well, you feel welcome today, and that you enjoy this time here, okay? We have incredibly good speakers today, people who have prepared for this, and do not miss the chance to ask questions and to get involved, because I think from my experience from organizing a lot of learning events that most of the learning comes from interaction, okay? So beyond the information you get from the speakers presenting here today, most of the information will come from interaction. So don't be afraid to interact, to ask questions. If you need even to come here if you want to say something important, because I think that we have here in this room a lot of intelligent people and we would like to hear your input, okay?